Good evening, people. It's Charlie, and welcome back to the Chatting Leeds YouTube channel. Hope you're all having a lovely Saturday so far. So then, guys, we are 1 week out from the Man United game at Old Trafford in our opening game of the Premier League season. So I thought I'd jump on and just give a little bit of a preview and some predictions on how I think this season could go for Leeds United. Just before we get into it, though, guys, please smash the like button. Please subscribe and comment your opinions. And yeah, let's get into it, guys. So then, guys, first up, I'd just like to talk about who I think our top scorer is going to be in the Premier League this season. For me, it's going to be Patrick Bamford once again, simply being just because of how well he did in his first season in the top flight. I feel he exceeded my expectations. He exceeded a lot of Leeds fans' expectations. Maybe it was because that maybe he actually benefited from having no fans in last season, because when fans are in the ground, we have been known to get on his back a little bit when he's going through a bit of a goal drought. But I feel like we're kind of used to that now. We know that Bamford will go through stages when he's scoring a lot, but then he'll also go through stages where he doesn't. And I think that's just how it is. And I think we're used to it now. But as I said, he definitely exceeded my expectations. And I feel like he's just going to continue. Hopefully, he gets that England call up at some point this season because for me, he thoroughly deserves it. I think Rodrigo won't be far behind in terms of goals this season. I think Rodrigo's going to really kick on as well. But for me, it has to be Patrick Bamford, and hopefully he just gets a little bit more service than what he does usually in order to bag more goals this season. Okay, then, guys. So next up, I just want to talk about who my ideal centre-back partnership would be for this season, because I know that this has caused a lot of debate of late amongst Leeds fans. But for me, the ideal partnership has to be Llorente and Pascal Strike. Simply because we all know that Bielsa likes a right-footed right centre-back and a left-footed left-sided centre-back. And for me, when Llorente came in and partnered Strike last season, I thought they were an unreal partnership and they were really solid at the back. When Llorente came in to our team and fully cemented his place in our back four, for me, it just showed instantly. I feel like he's a really calm influence on the ball. He can bring it out from the back really well. And under pressure, I mean, he's always there. He's always in for a challenge and things like that. So, yeah, them two would be my ideal partnership. I think Pascal is going to really kick on this season as well. He had an unreal season in the Premier League last season, but I feel like I know Llorente is going to be out, we think, for the first few weeks of the season. But for me, once Llorente is fit, he's straight back in there with Pascal, and hopefully they'll be a force to be reckoned with this season. There is Robin Koch as well, who for me is a really good defender as well, and we know he can do a job if needed, if there's injuries, suspensions, things like that. I think Koch and Strike will be the partnership for the first few weeks. But yeah, if I had to choose, it would be Pascal and Llorente. I know I have been known in the past to say that I would like Koch and Llorente, but I can't argue with the performances of Diego Llorente and Pascal Strike. And like I say, hopefully they can really kick on as a partnership and be a lot more solid and more pragmatic as last season. So then, guys, next up, I'd like to speak about a player who I think is going to be our most improved player compared to last season. And I think that is going to be Rodrigo Moreno. Simply because we all know that last season he had a bit of a tough one. He had a few injuries here and there, and he did have COVID as well, which kept him out of the team for large spells. But we did see towards the end of last season, with his goals and goal contributions, what he can bring to our team. And in pre-season so far, he has looked quite good as well. I know that the results haven't been great in pre-season, but as we've all said, don't read too much into that. But yeah, for me this season, I think Rodrigo is going to kick on. I can see him playing more as a 10. I don't think he can take Bamford's place up top unless Bamford goes through a really bad spell of form, which I can't see happening. But for me, Rodrigo has proved that he can play at 10 and he can play it really well. I think the link-up play with Bamford and Rafinha as well, and Harrison, anyone that's going forward, basically, I think the link-up play can be absolutely insane. As I said earlier, in terms of goals, I think he won't be too far behind Patrick Bamford in our goal-scoring ranks. So yeah, Rodrigo, I hope, really improves on last season. Hopefully, he stays fit and he can have consistent spells in our team and get more goal contributions and just overall have a fantastic season. So then, guys, next up, I'm just going to discuss who I think the contenders will be for Player of the Season this season. So first up is a Mr. Calvin Phillips, the Yorkshire Pearl himself. I feel like KP, after the Euros that he's just had, an unbelievable tournament, I must say. I feel like this season is just really going to kick on where he left off for Leeds. We all know the role that he plays and how integral he is to the style of play that we play. And I feel like he's just going to go on leaps and bounds. And he's in the making to be a world-class CDM for me. I think he's already nearly getting there. So yeah, KP is always unreal, but I feel like if he can have consistent spells in the team, we all know that sometimes he gets an injury or a suspension, but hopefully he stays fit. And I think if he does, then he will definitely be up there for a contender for Player of the Season. Secondly, I think our second contender is Leeds-born Stuart Dallas. I think he will definitely be in the running to get it for the second season in a row. I just feel like Dallas is Mr. Versatile, as we all know, really reliable in any position. I trust him in net. If Ilan Melier was, injured or whatever, I really would. Can play at left back, right back, centre midfield, on the wing. He's just a really reliable player, and you can tell that Bielsa really trusts him. I feel like for the centre midfield role this season, it'll either be Dallas and someone else. I think Dallas proved last season how effective he is in centre midfield, and I feel like he will pretty much cement his place there this season. And again, if he plays like he did last season, I think he could just win it outright again, but he'll definitely be in contention. And finally, my third and final contender for Player of the Season is Diego Llorente. As I have already said earlier on, guys, I feel like once he's back in our team after the first few games, if he can be in our team on a consistent basis, him and Pascal in that centre-back role are so solid. But Diego himself, I mean, he's so calm on the ball. I don't think I've ever seen a Leeds defender be so calm under pressure. He brings the ball out well, really good passer of the ball and a really good defender. I feel like he's already won the praise of all us Leeds fans. We all adore him already. And I feel like with fans in the ground as well, it's just going to spur him on even more to play the best that he can in a Leeds United shirt. So yeah, Diego will definitely be up there for Player of the Season for me. And finally, guys, to end this video on, I just want to give my prediction for where Leeds United are going to finish in the table this season. So my prediction is 7th. Yeah, I just really feel like we're going to kick on and improve amazingly from last season. I feel like the first half of last season we were more vulnerable defensively than in the second half once Llorente came in and cemented his place. As I've already touched upon, I feel like once he is back in our team after the first few weeks of the season, if he can keep fit and be consistently in our team with Pascal, I feel like defensively we're a lot more solid and we're a lot more pragmatic. First half of the season, Leeds just got praised on how our attacking play was so good. But I feel like as the season progressed, it kind of balanced out. And I feel like we're really good going forward, but we look really good defensively as well. Yes, there's going to be mistakes. There's going to be games where we get beat in a frustrating manner, like the Wolves games last season and things like that. But that could happen to any team. I just don't want Leeds fans to be worried at any point this season. We're not going to do a Sheffield United and go straight back down. That is absolutely absurd. That is not happening. And I think hopefully we can finish in the Europa Conference position. But if not, I mean, seventh's my prediction, but another top 10 finish, I would be more than happy with that, even if it was ninth again or whatever. But yeah, I just predict that Leeds are going to really, really kick on this season. And Bielsa will have the boys playing beautiful football as always. So then, guys, that is the end of this prediction show for today. I really hope you've all enjoyed it. As I said at the beginning, guys, please smash a like on the video if you've enjoyed. Subscribe for more content. There's a lot of things to come this season, so please subscribe and join me for the ride. Comment your opinions on everything that I've discussed in this video. And Bite Size Leeds will be back on Monday morning at 8 a.m, guys, so I will see you then. Thank you.